Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch today we're joined by R2 and 3PO because we're going to be having a look at part of this Out Among the Stars Star Wars Volume 6. Now the format this takes, it's just a series of different short stories. It's not all linked together particularly, and it doesn't really connect in with the volume that came before or after. So we're only going to look at the one story for now, and the one we're going to look at is the one about these two. So as each story concludes, it opens into the next story. So the story that is just ending is about Han and Chewie transporting Gracchus the Hutt to his new prison and how he tries to escape and how he fails. But it then leads into this. So here is an Imperial Star Destroyer. You see, of course, Imperials there, and obviously you see down at the bottom. So I'll just read you the text. This is it. We've gotten cornered. All troops to Bay 7. Don't hesitate. Do you hear me? We know what he's already done and how many of us he's taken down. You see anything in there, you shoot it to pieces. All right? Everyone, on the count of 3, let's go kill that droid. And I've just knocked over 3PO. So let's just stand him up. He's such a fusspot. There we go. So the story about R2 is called Revenge of the Astromech. And obviously this is the cover of the whole volume as well. So I'll just read to you what this says. It is a time of turmoil in the galaxy. While the evil galactic empire remains strong, the Rebel Alliance continues to undermine Imperial forces throughout the galaxy in their fight for freedom. An Imperial siege on Tureen 7 compelled Alliance heroes Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia and Han Solo to intervene. Darth Vader dispatched Scar Squadron, an elite group of stormtroopers, to stop them. Although humiliated and disgraced when the rebel forces were able to break the siege, Scar Squadron did not emerge empty-handed. They captured C-3PO. Scar Squadron has turned their focus to extracting as many rebel secrets as possible from the protocol droid. Meanwhile, R2-D2, concerned for his fellow droid and friend, has abandoned the rest of the rebel force in order to launch a solo rescue mission. So what's the protocol here? Should we blast it to pieces? This is a great triple panel of a Star Destroyer in orbit over a planet. So the rest of the text, because there's this X-Wing that they're seeing just drifting in space near them, so should they blast it to pieces? It's definitely drifting, all systems are dead and scans show no life forms. We should bring it in with the tractor beam, see if there's any intel we can gather. Okay, but keep it in quarantine until a containment team can scan for any explosives or traps. Lord Vader himself is on board. It would not be to our benefit to have any surprises today. And there you see R2 is now activated. Beep, beep, beep. So it's brought in to the hangar. And you see other stuff happening here, which the text will make clear. Scans are coming up empty. Just a dead ship. No idea what happened to the pilot. The rebels are weak. If his ship died in deep space, he probably lost it and bailed out like a madman. I'll bet he's floating through the Monsua Nebula right now, being eaten by space worms. What about the droid? Seems to be intact. No power though. Well, take it apart and see what memory banks have to when articles. What the? And then obviously he starts doing his thing. And there is a narration which is in this box here. So it's a different text. Which is basically notes from the manufacturer of the R2 series Astromech. The R2 series Astromech is a utility droid designed for starship maintenance. Thus it comes with a variety of appendages. And now, comes over the intercom. Containment team, what's happening down there? There's another note from the manufacturer. The R2's protocols are all geared towards repair and navigational assistance. It almost sounded like someone was screaming. It's the team in the hangar. We've lost them, sir. What was that last thing they said? Something about a droid? You're telling me a droid just took down our containment team? Get more troops down there at once. and then onto this panel where you see the X-Wing, you see Stormtroopers, you see R2 there, and also another note from the manufacturer. Its defensive capabilities are non-existent. Well, they're saying, be on the lookout for the biggest, nastiest droid you've ever seen. And there's a bunch of troopers just going right past this innocent-looking Astromech, who's here. More officers, R2 doing his thing here. We'll see what the text says. Secure the hangar. Right. Given limited upgrades, the R2 Astromech can be quite adept at interfacing with onboard computers. With other computers. So there now seems to be a second team responding to the hangar. What? I didn't order that. And we've also just lost contact with the first response team. What in the name of the Emperor is going on? So R2's sending false signals. And here he is doing some more stuff. And there's another note from the manufacturer. Though the R2 unit does not possess the processing power to effectively communicate with the most sophisticated Starship computers. So, lots of firing going on. It looks like, I think, R2's managed to get them to fire at each other. So let's see what the text says. This is Team 12. We're pinned down, taking heavy fire. The rebel droid must have brought backup. The R2 unit is not an adaptive unit, though given the proper programming, its problem-solving skills can show a marked improvement. This is Team 9 taking heavy fire. Can't see anything in this one. But the droid bat is like, ah! And then he's also dead. And there you see the aftermath. Both teams are down. Perhaps we should alert Lord Vader. Bite your tongue, send 5 more squads. And find that droid, the droid that is just rolling past his post. And then R2 is now plugged back in. Sir, responding troops are being rerouted all over the ship. How is he doing this? No, turn off internal defences. Ah! And they're floating in space. Here is more. What's that? Yep. They've been dumped into the trash compactor. This KX security droid is about to be blasted by stormtroopers, are being told to shoot every droid they see. Well, maybe if we could figure out what he's after, and R2's like right there. So what else does this say? Obviously he's here to kill us all. What else could he possibly be after? Hello? C-3PO says. So we shall pause it there and continue in the next part.